So the phenomenon of going from particle to wave is a beautiful potential. The two slit experiment's gotten a lot of traffic recently on in the media and Instagram and everything else. But if you haven't heard of the two slit experiment, it's worth just going to see some examples of this, because it's so important we wrap our head around this. And if we're going to answer the question of who are we and where are we going as a human species, we have to understand the relevance of this experiment. Basically, what they do is they take a stream of photons and shoot it at a plate, a steel or metal plate that just has two little slits in it. And if you're shooting a beam of particle at a plate and they can only pass through those two slits, you would expect to see, on the film on the back side of that, you would see these two basically stripes that would recreate that pathway. So any of the photons that were lined up with that slit and went through, you'd be able to see the shadow of that slit, basically. But if you put that into a situation where nobody's watching this experiment, you're shooting the protons, everybody leaves the room, nobody's witnessing the film, bizarrely, it creates this rainbow-like dispersion of particle state behind the shield. And so it's not two slits, it's actually these phenomenal fans that branch out. And so what's happened is the particles have taken every possible pathway and expressed itself in every possible position from the source to that film, regardless of where those slits were in the plate. And so when unwitnessed, the particles that we're shooting, which are in the particle state, these photons are shifting somehow in the unwitnessed state back into wave and are expressing all of the possible directions and possibilities simultaneously. As soon as you put a human in that room to watch the experiment, it's a perfect two slits expressed.
No way.
You just have to watch the experiment, and all of the particles stay particle. They can't go into the waveform because they're being witnessed. And so to be witnessed is to take something from all of its possibilities into one possibility. The trippier thing is you can take all of the humans out of that room and put an electrical sensor there. No human, no biology, just an electrical sensor, and the damn two slits are still there. And so witnessing is a phenomenon of an energetic exchange, not a human thing. You don't need a consciousness there.
Wow.
It's literally just something that allows something to be registered as real. And so if the electronic sensor can say something just passed by, it's going to keep it in the particle state. It's not going to let it go into wave.
It's like does the tree falling in the forest make a sound if no one's listening thing, right?
That's exactly right. There is no reality.
Oh my God.
There's no physical reality that happens if unwitnessed. In the forest, of course, every leaf is sensing each other, and so everything is witnessed, and so then no human there to hear it. It certainly makes a lot of noise because nature's hearing itself.
Right.
And we now know the sensory systems of plants are just ridiculous, like better than ours probably, because we've dumbed ourselves down so thoroughly through experiential learning of five senses that are so limited. But they've shown like your house plants here are amazing. So we've got these succulents sitting here. Do you water these, or your wife? Or
I do, yeah. I'm the plant keeper of the home.
All right, so you're the plant keeper.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the plants sense your vibration as you come here and approach with water, and they sense your nurture. And so they know that plant behind you, that thing knows it's going to die within 2 to 3 weeks, if not for your vibration coming here and delivering water to it. And so there's this deep energetic understanding of your nurture to the plant. We can put an EKG system, an electroencephalogram basically on the plant, little leads, and check it. And then we can send you out of the house. And that plant will have a certain vibration with you gone. If we then call you and say, come on back to the house, that house plant, when it senses your energy field entering a 2-kilometer sphere around it, suddenly perks up. So that house plant, because it understands its nurture, will sense your return and have a stronger sense of life force because you're near.